Like, if I call you my brother, you know what it is. And breaking the code, I could be calm, cool, collective. If we start wildin', I'm changing the mode.
Welcome back to the Harding Way, everybody. It's your boy DJ Harding. Like my week 4 winners and losers video, I'm in Atlanta right now. That's why this is not the usual setup as most videos I have. But the show must go on because the craziest news out there today: Davante Adams is up for trade as the Raiders and everybody's put out. So now the big conversation of the day: where the heck does Davante Adams go now? I made a YouTube short about that, quickly asking before I made this video, but I just gotta ask everybody. I asked everybody, you can put in the comment section here too where you think he should go. Let me know if you want to, like and subscribe as well. Much appreciated. Thank y'all for coming through. But let's get right into it with my top 5 landing spots for Davante Adams. So now, quickly, some honorable mentions. The Rams and Eagles, they both were there for the same reason when I thought about this, as their receivers are all injured. But at the end of the day, if you trade for him, come about 6-7 weeks down, you're going to have 3 receivers that are all going to want the ball. It's going to be a little chaotic. So that's why I left them sort of off the list, because those injuries for like a Cooper Kupp, Puka, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, they're more like, temporary, not season-ending injuries, which I guess hint at someone who's going to be on this list. I think you know who. So, but anyway, let's keep it simple. Number 5, give me the Chargers. Now, weird because I know division rivals, so the reality of this happening, probably not. I'm assuming, because I'd be shocked the Raiders traded in division. And I don't think the Chargers are going to give up enough to convince the Raiders why it'd be a good idea to trade in division. But I put them over, your Eagles and Rams for the sheer fact of they could use a receiver. Now, Lad McConkey, I always want to be like McConkey. I always want to say his name funny, but Lad is doing smooth. Quentin Johnson is actually playing a lot better than he did last year. So the actual, we're missing a receiver thing isn't looking too bad, especially the way Keenan Allen and Mike Williams have done so far. The Chargers look kind of smart for letting them 2 walk. But honestly speaking, I feel like the Chargers still could use a receiver, and especially give somebody over the top, like a huge threat for Justin Herbert to throw to. J.K. Dobbins will now have some better running lanes and like a Gus Edwards because you have Adams over the top. So not for nothing, the Chargers, it might be up there, but they're at number 5 because the in division thing, I don't know, I don't see it too much. But number 4, give me the Baltimore Ravens. I know what you're all thinking. What the heck is wrong with this guy? I get it, but hear me out. They have a crazy rushing attack. We know this. I'm a Derrick Henry guy. All hail the king. They're running like crazy. I already know they barely defeated Mark Andrews. Something's wrong with Mark Andrews. But if you looked at that Buffalo game, once they started play actioning, they were throwing it over the top. No disrespect to Rashad Bateman. I guess maybe no disrespect to Zay Flowers for sure, or Isaiah Likely. But if you add Davante Adams to that offense for just like a 2nd round or 3rd round pick, when you're thinking about Super Bowl, when you get those 3rd and long situations, you now have someone you can throw the ball to and is going to attract some eyes. Because my thing is, Zay Flowers is amazing. But think about if he's now operating in the slot or receiver number 2. And you have Davante Adams. Or think about a play action where you fake the ball to Derrick Henry, roll out, and now you have to make sure you stop Davante Adams. Because basically, in a sense, at one point in that game, after Derrick Henry broke out that 87-yard run, we know the Ravens' identity is a rushing team. But at some point, you try to stack the box. If they're going to stack the box and you're going to let Davante Adams go one-on-one, it's going to be a long season. So to me, I just feel like if anything, I say it's jokingly you give the super team something even more super. You give the Avengers Thanos. That's how I see the Ravens in a sense with this Davante Adams move. But they're at number 4 because once again, because they're a rushing team and they're firing all cylinders with Isaiah and a Bateman and Isaiah Likely, they don't really need him. Which is why I'm kind of like, all right, for the sheer fact of you don't need him, I'm going to just kind of be like, they're at number 4 and not higher up. But number 3, give me the Buffalo Bills. Honestly, the whole not having a receiver problem and having someone that demands targets thing looked good the first couple of weeks. Sunday night versus Baltimore, though, looked a little more iffy. Granted, also to me, if anything, getting a Davante Adams is just how you keep yourself, if you're Buffalo, keep yourself like relevant and contending. Keep yourself up there with the Ravens, the Chiefs. I'd argue for the next division, the Texans, like that upper echelon. Like those were like the top 4 teams easily. So I'm like, you definitely got to keep all them up there and questioning. Keep there, like you got to stay up there. And so for me, given that you don't have a premier number 1 receiver, getting Davante Adams might be the smart idea for you. But once again, I feel like since Buffalo just left the whole I have a demanding target kind of guy, I could see them being like, you know what, we gonna chill. We not even gonna bother ourselves with this. We're cool with keep throwing the ball to Shakir all day, which honestly respect if that's what they want to do. Now number 2. This is actually a fun one because it's something that I think will most likely happen, but I think it's a better landing spot for Davante Adams at number 1, which I hinted at the very beginning. But the New York Jets are coming in at number 2 for the sheer fact of the Rodgers-Adams reunited tour. You know what I mean? You're bringing it back. Almost, I don't see why they won't do it. Especially if you're the Jets, you came off that horrendous loss to the Broncos. Like, you're already in a tough spot. You need to spark some, keep yourself in the playoff hunt, keep yourself relevant, make everybody still give a chance to believe in you, especially after that terrible loss. Like, who's still believing in the Jets? I never was, but who else is? I'm not sure. You add Davante Adams to that, it might be more fun. Now, the reason why the Jets are number 2 and not number 1, they got Garrett Wilson. They got Alan Lazard. They have the weapons. The Jets just stink because they're the Jets. Sorry, y'all. I'm from New England, so you're never going to hear me say nothing nice about the Jets. Also, the Jets have proved my point when you lose to somebody who passed for 60 yards and still beat you all to one guy, Cortland Sutton. I had Cortland Sutton in fantasy, so very glad they were all to him. But I'm just saying, like, you lost to a guy who threw for 60 yards, and you couldn't hit a field goal in the rain, and you lost. Like, you might... I'm sorry, the Jets are just terrible. But, like, this Davante Adams move might be the thing to spark the team and, you know, keep them. But, like, since you have Garrett Wilson, I don't think so. But number 1, I think the most obvious one, the Kansas City Chiefs. You literally just lost your best receiver to an ACL injury in what is maybe the craziest way to lose your receivers, with your quarterback chopping his knees out from under him. Crazy work by Patrick Mahomes, by the way. My week 4 winners and losers, I'm going to put Patrick Mahomes on there for that crazy tackle. Almost did it, but I spared him. To me, you lost Rashee Rice. You're already missing Hollywood Brown. Now, granted, I feel like at this point, the Travis Kelce strategy is we save his battery to the postseason because he ain't done nothing. As I've joked in like a lot of videos, you right now can claim you have more receiving touchdowns than Travis Kelce at the time of this video. So if not for nothing else, you could use another weapon. Xavier Worthy, I think, and Kelce are going to be the alternative if they don't. But I think they're the most prime team to do it. Because most of the other teams in the league, you have a number 1 receiver guy. Or you don't have a real contending reason. You have a reason, like Patriots don't have a really good receiver. But, like, Patriots aren't contending. You're rebuilding. So, like, you're not going to waste picks on Adams. You know, the Commanders could get him. But, like, you already have Terry, and that Jaden Terry connection is moving great. So why? The Cowboys, I saw like, them fly across an article or a picture, and I'm like, you already got CeeDee Lamb. You don't need another huge mouth to feed. So Atlanta, I mean, you got Drake London, you got Mooney. You still need to get Kyle Pitts the ball. So, like, why are you... But with the Chiefs, I'm like, it seems like Travis Kelce doesn't show up to the postseason at this point, the way the strategy's been the last couple of years. So you need somebody to get you through, and someone for him to throw to these next couple of weeks until the postseason when you get Hollywood Brown back, possibly. You done lost Rice. You need a number 1 receiver for this playoff run, and relying on Xavier Worthy as rookie is probably a big and crazy ask. So I think you definitely go get Davante Adams. But that's my thoughts. Those are my top 5 teams. Let me know what you think down below. Once again, feel free to like, subscribe, hit those bells and wings and things down below. As I like to say, ain't no way like the Harding way. And peace.